tried to focus on that. And the second thing, as elementary as it sounds for me, it's tied to that, is literally watching the ball at impact. That's what we're talking about, right? Keeping the head on the ball. So what I do, the main thing I ever think about, if I'm thinking about anything in the batter's box, is I literally get in the batter's box, timeout, do my landscaping, and immediately, before I call timeout, I find the ball. It's in the pitcher's hand, right? Or if it's in his glove, I'm following his hand going in the glove. I'm literally tracking just the ball. And when he has the ball in his hand, I never leave the ball. I don't look at the pitcher. I'm watching the ball when it's in his hand before he even throws it.
Yeah,
okay?
I talk to a lot of people. They look at the hole. You
Don't
can't
look
look
at the hole.
You got to look at the hand.
Find the ball in the pitcher's hand.
Because you'll see the knuckles on it, you'll see fingers, you'll see something that gives you a clue of what's coming, where the ball is, and now you're locked into the ball instead of that whole area over there.
Okay, a couple more, right? Whoop. Not a crazy hit hard ball, right? No one's going to field it.
Very effective, though.
If you field it, you can't throw me out, brother.
We're kind of quick, I'll give you that.
That's going to be an out. That's a hard pitch to hit down. See how hard that was? I tried, that ball was up in here, and I tried to drive it down, but what did I do? I got backspin. Oops, I hit a bad home run.
As an opposing pitcher, we want them to hit solo home runs. So with nobody on base, I'm probably going to serve it up to him. And he's got to work hard to keep it in the park. Most of these guys, I mean, they're big and strong. They're going to hit it out anyway.
So why don't you back it on down and only swing 60%?
Huh?
Because then it takes off.
Because that's like, you know, if you play golf, decelerating the swing is the worst thing you can do in golf or softball. You've got to swing through that New York City phone book. Even if it's 80% or 90%, you've got to have that aggression there,
right.
Okay? Really what I could have done, and what I do sometimes, is I literally, in a pure base hit situation, especially if that's one of my target, or that's my primary target, I will slightly move back in the box. I am better, I'm not a real tall guy, I'm not long guy, but I am a little bit better at hitting this ball and controlling it this way and hitting it down than the ball up in here. The ball hitting up in here, you saw, I mean, I hit it well, but I did the wrong thing. I mishit it and hit it out of the park. I didn't want to do that. So that gets back into pitch selection, right? That was a strike. It was a good pitch, but is it the pitch that I wanted to do in that situation? No. I tried to force that pitch, and I got caught.
Couple more.
There it goes. No one's got that. That's probably in the gap before anybody gets to it. Okay? So now what we're going to do is I'm going to attempt to hit some in gaps, or maybe I might sneak one out of the park once in a while. But we're going to just go for some gaps here, and you're going to see that there's not much change in the swing, okay? But you will notice I'm trying to drive the ball. I'm looking for that backspin, for that lift, and you will see the swing plane goes from. If you notice, I've been swinging slightly like this. It's going to go slightly like this. You didn't see a lot of change there, right? Did you see any change? Yeah, there's a little change, but probably not as much as you think, okay? But now watch the difference, if I do it right, in the trajectory of the ball. I hit right in the middle of the ball, right?
Knuckle.
I was trying to drive a ball in a gap. I got it in the gap. I didn't really drive it all the way to the fence, but is that acceptable? Absolutely it is. That's a hit.
Light pole.
I missed that. But I got enough of it. Into the back.
Back to elevate.
The most forgiving bat in softball. I hit that right there. That was an outside pitch. If I would have tried to elevate that, I would have popped it up. So I made an adjustment. The opposite game is not to make an out. I got a base hit instead of hitting a home run. Guess what? Someone's behind me is going to hit the home run now. Sorry.
Umpire put his hand down.
I know, you're right. Same pitch. High and deep, can't hit that ball out. Got to do what you can do with the pitch.
That was
Roof.
inside, maybe on the black, maybe even inside. He brought his hands, opened his hips up, opened his front foot up a little bit, and went down and got it. Still got a good part of the bat on it.
By the way, that ball that I just hit was a 52-300 ASA ball. And I know that I can tell the ball by the stitches and what's on it. I literally see it that much. So I know exactly what I'm hitting.
Everybody watch his head.
The head's the key. His head does not move.
The spot of impact when the ball was halfway over the fence.
Yesterday we had a lot of guys that were hit like this. When you keep your head locked down, your body doesn't go anywhere.
Why you gotta bring me into this?
No.
Outside pitch. I'm not going to pull that and hit it out of the park, but I can get a base hit on it. That was my second strike I got to hit. You got to make an adjustment mid-swing sometimes.
Are you warmed up yet, sir? Yeah.
I'm going to get warm in about 3 more.
Humpback.
Double humpback.
All right, now I feel good. All right, let me swing out a few.
Are the bases loaded right now?
They were.
They were.
Ah, we're getting loose.
Too deep.
Oh,
Pitch, Roger.
I probably would pop that up if I tried to hit it. That's a great pitcher's pitch. Sorry, Roger.
There's your middle.
All right, 3 more, Roger.
You know I have it on video.
Not fair, a little guy like that hitting that far.
He's not that little.
He's not little.
Ah, I missed that one.
That's a shame.
All right, last one, Roger.
What a shame. We'd be jumping up
This is
and
what we
down.
always play in batting practice. Base hit ties it, homer wins it.
Heard it before.
Go to your happy place.
Oh, I tied it.
I gave it.
Yep.
All right, now any hit wins.
No, you don't.
In the finals.
You made it.
Any questions?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Any questions?
Not fair. Not fair at all.
After all those
the
pit,
longest ball
after
in
all those,
softball.
after all those hits, he should.
All right, what can I add to that? All right, I'm going to play around a little bit with a couple different stances and just kind of reiterate what we taught yesterday, that the stance is kind of overrated. I'm going to go middle, Roger. Just kind of get loose. 4-man infield, 4-man outfield. I'm
One
going to go.
thing that OB does better than anybody else, inside and out, the backspin. His honey hole is right center field with a lot of pop because of his position of his hands and where the head of the bat is at part of impact.
All right, I'm going to play around with a closed stance. All right. Again, I'm just going to try to go middle. Let's just show him my number. All right. Let's go in open stance. That was a pitch that was short and I overcompensated on it. Open stance. Okay. What else can we do? So again, the stance doesn't matter. Let's try a couple no strides. I want to show you that the stride doesn't really matter. I'm going to go ahead and put my foot where I thought it should be. So here I'm just going to pick it up, put it up. I'm going to do a whole lot of rotary on this one, okay?
Fair ball.
No leg lift whatsoever, no stride.
We talked about simplifying your swing yesterday. His hands are in a position to hit right now. All he's doing from here is bringing it back a little bit, cocking, and coming forward. He's really simplified everything. He's taken everything out of it.
What motions do you use?
Again, no stride. I'm going to create all the power myself without even a stride.
My car.
All right.
That's not fair, is it?
Yep. So the stride is overrated.
When you're 6'12".
All right, now I'm going to have a little fun with it.
Knock the cover off of that one.
Now I'm going to give you a big old stride. All right, here's the old good old softball stride. Nice try. Pick it up. And pump that. Pick it up.
Oh.
Square shot.
Yep.
Like that.
Sorry.
It's a crowd pleaser.
So this becomes the timing. I get my weight back.
Holy crap.
And I get on a little bit.
Moonshot.
Full swing next time, babe.
Stop cutting back.
All right, now the wind's blowing in from left field. I'm intimidated by it, so I don't want to go that way. So now I'm going to go. I want to go to the right side. Now we got a 5-man infield.
Can I stop you a second?
Sure.
What's wind if you hit it good?
Still intimidating to some of us little guys. You do have to be smart a little bit. If the wind's blowing in at 10, 15 miles an hour and you miss it, it's not going to go out of the ballpark. So my object is to not make it out. So maybe I'll just pick another spot where it still might travel a little bit. So I'm going to go right center, which is my favorite spot. And you'll see the different spins that we put on it. You'll see some of these that are going to go left to right, inside out. So this is a 5-man infield. I got left center gap, right center gap. I'm not going to force it over there though. I'm going to let the pitch dictate whether I go left center or right center. So this time while it's in the air, I'm going to call it out. I'm going to tell you left center, right center, okay?